Hi, hello, welcome to Devon Monk's Works and Worlds. We are on Monday Monk 30, the big 3-0. I've done this 30 weeks in a row, which is really kind of startling because I know I said this back at the beginning of these videos, but I was only going to do a few. I thought maybe I'll do a couple weekly videos and then I'll switch over and do maybe one a month or something, but I don't know, I got a bee in my bonnet and I thought, let me just do weekly videos. And so far, I have done a video every week. Now, once I get through an entire year, we'll see if I continue to do it. I enjoy it. If you enjoy it, let me know. You can hit the little like button. And that kind of lets me know that you're listening out there. But anyway, yes, thank you for joining me today. Happy Monday. If you find me on a Monday, happy whatever day it is, whichever day you find me. I go through the three things: writing, knitting, and that's the last thing. Oh, just life stuff. So writing, it is going well, thank you. I finally figured out the end of Wayward Sky, and I'm the kind of writer who needs to know the ending of a story to know the middle of a story. I can begin a story without the ending, but I can't middle a story without the ending. And that's because when I outline, when I'm on the right track, I can see the scene in my mind and I can hear snippets of dialogue and kind of how it plays out and where the characters are. So if I see where the characters end up in the story, I can write my way toward that scene. Now, do my endings change from when I outline it to when I actually write? Oh yeah, a lot. But that first initial, this is how I see the story ending, often the mood of it or the emotion behind it remains the same. So endings are really good for me to know before I start a book. But if I don't know the ending and I've already started a book like with Wayward Sky, then I really need that ending to be able to write the middle, because otherwise the middle is excruciatingly slow to write, because I'm kind of feeling out, I'm tiptoeing through the book. Is this where I want to go? Is that where I want to go? Oh, I'll just do this tiny scene and I will start a little bit and then I'll stop and then I'll start again and then I'll stop, and I'll go through a day of having to kind of pick my whole brain up and everything and super focus, but maybe I'm only focusing for like 10 minutes and then I walk away and then I come back for 10 minutes. And why that's difficult is it means I'm starting writing the book like dozens of times, or I'm starting writing the book, 20, 30, 40 times a day. And every time that I start, I kind of have to take my whole brain into it and kind of push out the world and really dive in. And it's fatiguing to start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. It's easier if I can start, go with the flow, because I know where the ending is. I'm reaching out toward that ending. Yeah. And the other thing that helps me, I don't know, apparently I'm talking about writing process right now, is if I know what's going to happen in the scene that I'm writing. It's even great if I know what's going to happen in the chapter, because sometimes there's more than one scene in a chapter. But if I know what's going on in that scene, it writes so much faster than if I'm trying to figure it out. So pantsing for me, which is writing by the seat of your pants, that's lately been called being a pantser, as opposed to a plotter, writing by plot. Pantsing for me is slower often because I'm feeling it out so much. It's so tippy-toe. And if I do get in the flow and go, sometimes I go down the wrong direction, which I know pantsers love because it can open up things. But for me, if I have an idea of where I'm going and then I free form it, that's the way to go. Like, I need to know where it's going to end up in some place in the book, and often the ending is the part that leads me through the cleanest. So anyway, I do have the ending. I know how Wayward Sky is going to end. I was really fighting this book because the next Wayward book won't be coming out probably until June of next year, and that's a big wait. And some of that is because I got behind in some of my processes, including booking my cover artist. And so it doesn't look like I'm going to have a cover for that book until June, so I can't release it. And even though I can write it, there's some things that are going to happen in Wayward Sky that if I had written them how I had originally intended to write them, I don't think readers would have liked me very much. They would not have liked waiting until June. They would have been maybe a little angry. And I just didn't want to deliver that experience. I wanted to deliver excitement, not anger. So I had to rework how I was going to achieve what I wanted to achieve without dulling any of the edges of the story. And I think I came up with a pretty stinking brilliant idea that works even better than my original idea. So I'm very excited about it. So yes, writing is doing well. Thank you. Okay, let's roll into knitting because I can show you the toy that I'm going to give away in my newsletter, which is coming out maybe Wednesday, just a couple days away from now, end of August. So I knit and give away a toy every month in my newsletter. I've been doing that for like 2 years, which that's pretty good. I don't get a newsletter out every month, but whenever I have a newsletter that goes out, a toy goes with it. So ready? This month I decided to knit I don't know how best to show this little dude off. I decided to knit a bookworm. This is a bookworm. He's got his book. I will show you a little closer to the camera now. So here's his little book. You can see it has little pages in there. Isn't that good? He's got pages. There's his little face. Do we look? Okay, so, and he's got that bumpy, wormy. I don't know that my camera is doing the color very well. He is a bright, stinking, vibrant green, like pickle green. And the camera seems to be showing him a little blue, but he's very, very green. But here's the fun part. Ready? So here he is reading a book, being a bookworm, doing the bookworm thing. Ready? He can also wear the book as a hat. He's a bookworm with a hat. I don't know. That made me happy because I didn't expect that to work. I'm like, I wonder if I could stick his hat on his head. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be snort laughing. Okay, yes, you can wear his hat on his head. That makes me extremely happy. Okay, so there he is. He's a bookworm. He will be given away in Wednesday's newsletter, in August's newsletter. So please sign up if you haven't. I do put news there, and I put links to friends' books that have recently come out or on sale. So sign up for my newsletters at devonmonk.com, basically. Okay, so here's the bookworm. Now I'm going to tell you who it's by. It is by Cheese, Cheezeombie, Cheezombie, Shazombi, Cheezombie Design, Cheezombie Design, and I will put a link down below. So knitting's going well. Bookworm is done. I have also been working on that project that I've owed somebody for a couple of years, and I should get it done this weekend. I'll be going away this weekend for a quick trip with my fellow traveling rats. We decided to start traveling together. It's my sister and her husband, my brother and his wife, and my husband and I, and we all found out that we traveled pretty well together, and we decided to, this is a couple years ago, buy an RV together as a timeshare so we can travel in it together, or each of us can take it out, each couple can take it out on our own. And that's worked out really well so far. I don't know how many people do that, have an RV for a timeshare, but one of the things that we're very careful about is keeping the communications open on what repairs it needs, or when people are going where, and all that sort of stuff. But I've really enjoyed it. So yeah, we're the traveling rats. We we started off as rats, and so we have continued to be rats. And the rats are heading off this weekend for a little while, and I am going to take my knitting along, and then I should be able to get that project done too, which is super good. Okay, so that's it. That's what's going on in writing and knitting. And the last thing is life and stuff. So I know I can pull out of this little box, but I want to just say my husband and I decided to get some cleaning done this weekend, some kind of yard cleaning. We do projects, and then sometimes each piece of the project doesn't get put away, like the tools don't always get put away where they go, or there's scraps of wood left over or whatever. So this weekend we cleaned out our shed that we keep all of our tools and stuff in. That we keep our like wood and kind of some of our heavier outdoor tools in, like the chainsaw and stuff. We got that all cleaned and swept, and some of the stuff went to the dump, and some went to sorting out, and some went to donation places and all that kind of stuff. Some went to storage. Well, we don't have a storage unit. We keep the storage in the shed. But anyways, we got it sorted out and cleaned, and that was really good because you couldn't walk in there. Now you can. But then I decided, because I had promised that I would go down. See, I'm not sure if you follow the channel for very long, but if you have, you know that we remodeled our basement and we turned it into a separate living area. It's its own apartment, basically. And when we did that, it took about, from start to finish, because we also had the entire house rewired for new electricity. So it was like a 2-year process of the house being just upside down and on its head. So we did projects during that, and like patching up behind the electricians and stuff. We still have some work on that to do. But all of those projects, like I just said about the shed, didn't all get put away. So our tool room, we have a little corner tool room in the basement that holds more of the tools that we don't always need outside. So more like maybe jigsaws and screwdrivers and hammers and crowbars and that kind of stuff. And all of our fasteners and brackets and all that stuff. That's all inside. And that has been an ungodly mess. It has been, oh my gosh, people, it has been such a mess. Not because we're particularly messy people. I mean, we're as messy as anybody, I guess. But just we've had a lot of projects, and we haven't had the time to find the place where to put the items back that we've used or that we've had to buy for the project, or throw away broken items. And the tool room itself was in the middle of the remodel too. So for some of it, there was like no lights back there. You couldn't see anything. And it's also part of a storage room. So we were tripping over stuff. It was a mess. It was a mess. So I thought, okay, it's time to just start sorting through the tools, because my goal here is, if we get the tools sorted, which honestly the tools don't take very long, but the fasteners, it's the fasteners that are going to take forever. We have roofing nails, we have drywall nails, which are screws, we have wood nails, we have finishing nails, we have exterior nails, we have all that stuff, and then we have all those kinds of screws and all those kinds of nuts and bolts, and then we have electrical items and plumbing items. And so I thought, I'm going to do the big sort. I'm going to go down there and create spaces for where this stuff goes. And I've been watching a organizer online. I'm not affiliated or anything, but I've enjoyed watching her videos. And she goes by Clutterbug, CLUTTERBUG, Clutterbug. I'll put a link for her too. And she talks about there's kind of 4 styles of how people like to organize, and you can kind of have a mishmash of that. But when you figure out your style, organize your space to that instead of trying to shove your organization into the style that you think is right. Go with your strengths, right? And I love that, because that's kind of my mantra. Go with your strengths. So that's a good mantra. I should have had that for this year. Maybe I'll pick it up for next year. But go with your strengths. And so one of the things that really works for my husband when he goes down and needs to get something out of the tool room is that the fasteners and things are visible, that they aren't tucked away in drawers, that they're very, you can go down, you can spot if we have nails, you can spot if we have brackets. And we've found some kind of square cube drawers that are see-through, that are not like the storage totes that everybody uses. We use too for storage, that you have a lid on them and they're kind of opaque, you can kind of see through them. No, these are like crystal clear, so you can see everything in that cube, and you can pick it up and shake it and see everything in it. And like glass jars, these kinds of solutions are really good. Or those stackable organizers that are so open that you can see all of the fastenings in them. So I've been working on that, and so far I've put in 12 hours of just down there sorting. 2 days, that was this weekend. Made some good progress, so I'm very excited about that. But I do have a question. How many levels does a house need? You know, those sticks that tell you if something's level. How many? Because so far I've found six. Is six the optimum number of levels someone should have for their house? Or is that a little overboard? Is that too many levels? How about how many boxes of latex gloves? Because so far I've found five. And they're like 100 each. So we have like 500 pairs of latex gloves. So is that too many? Is that too much? Anyway, it's good to be going through and cleaning because then we can see what we do have and we won't accidentally repurchase. I don't want to buy stuff if we have it, we can use it. And yeah, I mean, some of that stuff in there is old and we're having to throw it away because it's been hand me down, and it's finally just given up. We have an MGB coffee can full of old rusted nails that I swear was handed down to us from the generation above us. Like, here's our can of old rusty nails. It's from MGB coffee. It's great because it's an actual whatever metal can instead of now coffee. The coffee we get comes in plastic cans, which I don't love, but this is old rusted can. But you can't see inside the can, right? So the can has to be used for something else, and those old rusty nails got put in something else. They got put in a pickle jar. So we've moved from coffee to pickles. But anyway, yeah. So the cleaning has been good. It kind of feels like we're getting ready a little bit for autumn. I can feel not the crispness, but a little coolness of autumn on the wind. It's lovely. In a way, I'm going to be sad to see summer go. It was hot. It wasn't brutal like last year, but we had such a long rainy spring. It rained through June. So we've only had like 2 months of summer, and I hope that we have rain, but then it clears and we get a couple sunny days in a row in September and October. I hope we have a mild autumn, but with lots of rain because I know we need the rain. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see what the weather does. Have no control over that. So yeah, that's probably it. That's long enough for a Monday Monk. Again, any questions, put them down below. I have some people who keep bumping me, thank you readers, to ask me if I'm going to finish off this or that series. And the answer is generally yes. I'm working on it. I've had some struggles with writing lately, but I am not defeated. Not defeated. So hang in there with me, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Until next week, which will be September. I can't even. September. Okay, until the first Monday of September. I hope you all have a lovely week, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.